Welcome to Triumph IAS. It's a daily mains practice question and answer series. This program is exclusively designed for UPSC CSE aspirants. In this video discussion, we will discuss UPSC CSE mains previous 25-year questions. Question number 1. Can the strategy of regional resource-based manufacturing help in promoting employment in India? Let's start with the introduction of the answer. Growth in regional resource-based manufacturing is crucial for India's economic development. To capitalize on the demographic dividend, India must create nearly 1 million jobs per month over the next decade. The main body of the answer should be number 1. Manufacturing has the potential to provide large-scale employment to the young Indian population and thereby enable a significant section of the population to move out of poverty. Number 2. It has undertaken major infrastructure projects, such as the setting up of industrial corridors, to boost manufacturing. For a country with the largest young population in the world, this creates a challenge of significant magnitude. Number 3. Over the next decade, India has to create gainful employment opportunities for a large section of its population, with varying degrees of skills and qualifications. Number 4. This will entail creation of 220 million jobs by 2025 in order to reap the demographic dividend. The manufacturing sector would have to be the bulwark of this employment creation initiative. Number 5. Every job created in regional resource-based manufacturing has a multiplier effect of creating 2 to 3 additional jobs in related activities. Conclusion of the answer is: therefore, a thrust on manufacturing is integral to the inclusive growth agenda of the government. Question number 2. Poverty alleviation programs in India remain mere showpieces until and unless they are backed by political will. Discuss with reference to the performance of the major poverty alleviation programs in India. Let's start with the introduction of the answer. Successive governments since independence have made a lot of rhetoric for poverty alleviation in India. The 1970s witnessed the so-called Remove Poverty campaign, which however failed in its quest. The main body of the answer should be number 1. Despite having few of the biggest poverty alleviation programs in India, an extremely large proportion of Indians suffers from income poverty. Number 2. Government starts new programs but they don't continue the same spirit till the end. Serious political interventions in selecting the beneficiaries, not allocating sufficient funds, lack accountability on the part of bureaucracy, corruption are some of the problems. Number 3. India is a signatory to the Global Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and SDG 1 aims to end poverty in all its forms everywhere by 2030. The Tendulkar Committee estimated that 22% of India's population was in poverty in 2011 to 2012, and the Rangarajan Committee arrived at a poverty ratio of 29.5% for 2011 to 2012. Number 4. A long list of programs and schemes are being implemented to address poverty. The Niti Aayog is the nodal agency for monitoring progress towards achieving poverty-free India. Number 5. MGNREGA guarantees 100 days of work in a financial year to a rural household, but MGNREGA is not designed to provide work that generates adequate annual income for a household to cross the poverty line. Number 6. The center's provisioning for old age pension for those who are poor and are between 60 and 79 years of age is a paltry 200 per person per month. National Rural Livelihoods Mission is another scheme with a lot of promise. Number 7. However, its reach is as yet very limited both geographically and with regard to number of households that have been mobilized to form self-help groups. Conclusion of the answer is: multilateral agencies as well as governments are playing an active role in understanding problems relating to poverty and hunger and finding solutions to them. But these challenges are pervasive, and weeding them out will require clear evidence-based data-driven solutions. Question number 3. Discuss the potential threats of cyber attack and the security framework to prevent it. Let's start with the introduction of the answer. The threat of cyber attack is not limited to any particular sector or region. It is now a global threat going by the past records. The main body of the answer should be: number 1. Technological advanced nation like United States and developing economy like India both are susceptible to potential cyber attacks. Number 2. India is the fifth most vulnerable country in terms of risk of cyber security breaches as per the Internet Security Threat Report 2017, and with the growing services sector the threat also becomes imminent in Indian context, as the sector accounted for more than 90% of the identities stolen in 2016 across the world. Number 3. The potential threats of cyber attack. Ransomware attacks, state-sponsored cyber attacks on critical infrastructure, the Internet of Things, LOT, is also falling in vulnerable list. Number 4. Smart medical devices and electronic medical records, shifting base of hackers from individual attack on customers to financial establishments, threat to national security and attacks on national database. Security framework against cyber attack. Enables security frameworks and law enactment to safeguard against potential cyber attacks both at the international and national level has been constituted. Number 5. ICANN, NCCIC, UN Internet Governance Forum are some of the leading organizations to monitor and prevent cyber attacks through global cooperation. Number 6. In India, there is an effective national cyber security policy since 2013 and National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center, NCIIPC, has been set up to enhance the protection and resilience of nation's critical information infrastructure. Number 7. Indian National Nodal Agency Computer Emergency Response Team, CERTIN, has been created to deal with cyber security threats. Conclusion of the answer is: National Cyber Coordination Center, NCCC, is providing necessary data related to potential cyber security threats. Botnet Cleaning and Malware Analysis Center is also engaged in detection of malicious programs. National Technical Research Organization is supporting and providing security cover against cyber attack through technical surveillance.